Nothing Ben Davison can do in 7 weeks to change Joshua. I think that Ben is a good trainer. Got to be almost Jesus to do that in such short amount of time.
Charlotte Daly here, Male Sport Boxing. I'm joined by Otto Wallin. How are you?
Very good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Excited for this press conference?
Yeah, very excited. It's nice to be here. It all has happened so quick, so haven't really had much time to think.
Now, you said there that this has all happened really quickly. We were thinking the exact same. Can you tell me about the moment that you kind of got that phone call to say you're going to be fighting Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, Jolene, my manager, got the call about a week ago. She calls me, says, because we were going over some options. I'm a promotional free agent, so we were going over some options. Which direction are we gonna go? We were talking to different people, and then all of a sudden, she calls me and says, "Hey, we got the offer to fight Joshua on December 23rd," and we talked about it. We felt like it made sense. Then me and her were going back and forth with Joshua's side, and then I think we made a deal in 2 days.
2 days. God, I wish it was always like that.
Yeah.
And in terms of camp and stuff for this fight now, because it's such a quick turnaround, do you feel like you can prepare as normal, or are you having to kind of truncate that and change things up a bit?
I'm coming off a great win, the best win of my career over Murat Gassiev. That was on September 30th in Turkey. So that's in my favor, I think. I just fought, I took a week off, was traveling around Turkey, having fun, and then I was back in the gym. And I'm ready for this, so I'm still in good shape. I'm gonna be in much better shape in 5.5 weeks, and I'm ready for the fight. So.
And do you think that you now fully deserve this fight? Because we thought we were going to potentially see you against Joshua about 18 months ago, but then Dillian Whyte ended up coming into the picture for that fight. Do you feel like this is your moment and you've been waiting long enough for it?
I have, and I have proven myself. I fought Fury, gave him a really good fight. After that, I have a couple of good fights. Travis Kaufman, Dominic Brazil, I beat those guys. But then I've had a couple of years where I couldn't really get fights. I was supposed to fight Dillian Whyte. He pulled out a week before or 10 days before. And then it's really been quiet for me. So now, finally, I got the Gassiev fight. I took a risk, went to his backyard pretty much. I beat him. I got the number 2 spot with the IBF. And so I think that's what Joshua wants now. I think that's the IBF spot. That actually my lawyer over in New York, Pat English, he really got that done with the IBF. So that's really, I think, what's bringing this all together, and that's what Joshua wants, and that's why I'm getting this fight.
And do you think that's why then he's decided not to fight Deontay Wilder? Because I mean, we've wanted to see Deontay Wilder Joshua for about 5 years, and they're finally under the same roof but not fighting each other. Do you think that's because he wants to sort out the IBF route and then potentially fight Wilder afterwards?
Possibly, but I think that this date was probably not meant to be for us. I think it might have been meant to be for Fury and Usyk. And then to make Josh and Wilder in 7 weeks' time is too short. So they probably feel like they need more time, and then they take interim fights now. But it's too bad because I'm gonna win this fight and mess everything up. So.
And in terms of Anthony Joshua, what do you make of him at the moment? You know, he's been bouncing around between trainers. He's changing again. We thought we were going to see him with Derek James, but we're not for this fight. What do you make of his current state?
I think that's great for me. There's nothing Ben Davison can do in 7 weeks to change Joshua. I think that Ben is a good trainer, but you gotta be almost Jesus to do that in such short amount of time. I've been with my trainer for 10 years, and we have a great bond, great relationship. I trust him, he trusts me, and that's really important in boxing. And any fight I go into, I know Joey has my back. He's a very smart trainer. We always got a good game plan, and we gotta have that for this fight. And I think in Joshua's case, it's going to be very hard he's already unsure of himself, and you know, bringing in a new trainer now this close to a fight against a Southpaw, it's going to be very hard. It's going to get better. I think it's going to get worse, to be honest.
You said there about being a Southpaw, you know, we saw how he did against Usyk. Do you think that Southpaw is something that he struggles with, and is that something that you're really looking to utilize and take advantage of? Yeah,
because us Southpaws or lefties, we grow up fighting righties, right? And righties grow up fighting righties because there's not many lefties out there. So it's just different. He's gonna prepare, of course. He gave Usyk good fights. Usyk is a very good fighter, but it's just, I feel like that's an advantage for me, just above everything else. That I'm a Southpaw and I'm a tricky one. So.
And people are saying that Anthony Joshua has been gun shy recently, that he's not letting his hands go as much as he used to. Do you see that in him, and do you think there's a pressure on him for this fight to show some of that against you?
Yeah. I don't want to tell him what to do, how to beat me. But I think that Joshua, he's lost a lot he's very worried. I think he has too much pressure on his shoulders, and it's probably kind of tough to be in his shoes, to be honest. I think that people are very critical of him. He's done really good for himself, and he's been a good champion. Unfortunately, I think his time is coming to an end, and this is my time.
And in terms of you and your time, your style, you're relentless, you keep chipping away at these boxers. We saw that against Tyson Fury, the massive cut that you gave him. What was that fight like from your perspective? How do you think that went for you? Because, you really pushed it.
Right, and that fight has been more of a win than anything for me. I gave him a really good fight. I did lose the fight. I would have liked to win, of course, but I feel like since that fight, I've just been waiting to come to this stage again, and now 4 years later, I'm finally here, and I've been training this whole time. I got 4 more years of training. I'm a better fighter now, and I'm just ready for it. Now I'm gonna win this, and I'm gonna stay at the top.
4 more years of training under your belt, you said there. We saw Tyson Fury, a pretty flat Tyson Fury against Francis Ngannou. Do you think if you got back in the ring with him now, it would be a different outcome then?
I think so. I had a great shot at beating him the first time. With those cuts, the fight could have easily been stopped. I think that he deserved the decision, but it was a close fight. It was a very close fight, and I'm better now than I was then. I'm more experienced, and I'm a better all-around fighter, so I really hope I'm getting another shot at him.
And final question, what is your prediction then for your fight with Anthony Joshua on December 23rd?
Well, as long as I win, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do everything I can to win, and everything it takes. So I win. I'm just gonna be so happy and excited, and it's gonna be amazing.